Welcome to Rauta, and this time in review we go to Greece, figuratively speaking. Technically speaking, this is not about just Greeks or Greece music, this is about Alexander the Great. And the artist in question is Xiphos, which is a name for a Greek sword. If I understood it correctly, it really meant kind of sidearm, after the spear and all. Comes with a beautiful pouch. As you can see, this is limited edition. We're thankful to the label. Inside you will of course find some items beyond music. Now obviously I have opened this package prior to this review because, well, I had to listen to the music. So spinning CD meant I actually had to take it out of the pouch, but just showing you what's inside. Comes also with this pin and this nice leather patch. Everything reeks of quality. I really appreciate when labels do that. And here is finally the Digibook CD, which is also beautifully packaged. And this is how it looks. The Age of Alexander. Musically, this is combination of neoclassical and martial industrial. Sometimes those words can be rather interchangeable, but obviously people within the scene, this very marginal style of music or marginal styles of music, do understand and draw the lines between. It's much like black and death metal, sometimes overlap very much so, but in the end they're also very different. And here are the photos of the lineup, people, and the recording information. Now let's tune for the band's Bandcamp site just for the backdrop. Now this is not the album we're talking about, this is a different one. For some reason the band's this particular album that is not here on the Bandcamp, but actually the label one. This is the older one which was released in 2022. So talking about the Age of Alexander, this is pretty interesting because it's a very narrative driven album, meaning this is more like a storytelling moment with then again having this music which is indeed combining elements from martial industrial as well as neoclassical. Sometimes the neoclassical parts kind of take over because there is more like these keyboard pressings, the use more like a soundtrack ways on which the narrative is all top on. And sometimes there are moments where you feel like these should be separated, meaning the keyboard playing is just going one direction and the vocals are not really going like in terms of like, hey, melodies, blah blah blah, like how you would singing. It's more like just spoken parts on top of the music rather than anything else. Then there are moments where it gets more this martial industrial feeling where it's really more martial. But what I really like is that this is so story driven that it's more like as if you were listening to some kind of audiobook really, with music on the background. It's not for everybody, but those who really like the style are probably in for a treat and maybe getting even goosebumps. Whether you are one of those people, obviously you figure out that by yourself when listening to the music. What can I say is that if you like this kind of physical product is definitely the wow moment and something must to do. But like I said, this is not for everybody, given the challenges with this kind of music. I mean, it's not really easy to do story-driven music with different styles and all that stuff. Technically speaking, it could be better if the singing was somewhat technically better. But this is something that you can pretty much just, I don't know, live with, survive. Because there are like lots of extreme metal things and you don't really get to complain about, okay, this sound could be so much better and all that stuff. But more importantly, you have to understand this kind of music to begin with, and then you don't probably even care. But like I said, marginal music for marginal audience. If you like it, go buy it. It's definitely a beautiful packaging, and I keep saying that because I really do love these kind of special packaging to begin with. Sometimes even more than whatever the music is, because I really like when people's craft, whatever it is put into proper use, and this is exactly that. Now, do yourself a favor. There is link to this band's own Bandcamp as well as the label's one, so you get to listen to the music without buying it blindly. So if, like I said, if you like it, go buy it, and now go and enjoy.